Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Prog Appraisal, the new show that isn't frightened by a man from the London area with a knife. And tonight, or today, we're going to review this classic work. This is Transatlantic's Whirlwind. So Transatlantic are one of those great bands that, following people like Genesis and Yes, who were just really prototyping the idea of prog rock, really developed it and showed what it could be. They're made up of four people: Mike Portnoy from the fantastic Dream Theater, Ronnie Stolt from the Swedish group the Flower Kings, who are just brilliant. Who else is in it? Neil Morse, of course, from Spock's Beard, the man who was the lead singer of Spock's Beard. A band really who Genesis must have gone forward in time to follow, because when Neil Morse left, the drummer in Spock's Beard took over and did the singing. So clearly Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel came forward in a time machine for that. And then there's also Pete Travallis from Marillion, but they're not very good really. So this is their third album. Now their first album was just called something like SMPTE. It had 5 tracks on it. The second album, Bridge Across Forever or Together or something, that had just 4 tracks, but 2 of them came together. So really it's 3 tracks. So if you do the maths, you've come from 5 to 3. And this one, The Whirlwind, has just got 1 track on it. What a fantastic track it is. It's 77 minutes and 56 seconds long. A bit disappointed really they didn't go a couple more minutes longer. You can probably get about 80 minutes on a CD, but that's what they did anyway. So this is the special edition box set. Comes with the album and some extra tracks, and also a DVD of the making of it. So it starts with the overture on the Whirlwind. That's really good because it's got a little bit that sounds like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. And really it's a big song about wind. It's a lot of wind, this album, but really good. And then track 2 is The Wind That Blew Them All Away, which is a bit like the other one. Track 4 is A Man Can Feel, but then we come to really one of the best tracks on it. This is a song called Rose Coloured Glasses. Now, of course, we all know the phrase rose-tinted glasses, but this shows why this band is progressive, because they've moved forward. They've gone from being rose-tinted to rose-coloured. And what's good about this song as well is it would seem really irrelevant to the album, because it's a song about the death of Neil Morse's father. And you think, oh, did he die in a whirlwind, in a cyclone? But no, nothing to do with that. But that's what prog's all about, just sticking something in the middle that's completely irrelevant to it. We've got Set Us Free, and I'm sure some of us perhaps would feel we'd like that, but you don't want to be set free from this because it's so good. We've got Lay Down Your Life, Pieces of Heaven, and at the end, track 12, or X11, it's all listed in Roman numerals here, really cool. It's Dancing with the Eternal Glory / Whirlwind brackets Reprise, a proper prog title there. So really what you've got here is 77 minutes of fantastic, brilliant music. Oh, camera battery ran out there. Well, I hope you didn't notice that. Right, now we come on to the extra tracks on this. So with Transatlantic albums, you'll get a load of fantastic extra tracks. And really what they're trying to do is record some of the old prog rock songs from the 70s, but make them much better. And they've done that here. But in addition, first we get 4 songs that they wrote themselves, sort of offcuts from the album. One called Spinning, and one called Lenny Johnson, and one by Pete Travallis of Marillion, where he sings, and it just goes to prove that really Marillion should let Pete do all the singing, because that Steve Hogarth guy, his voice is just very good at all. And then they cover The Return of the Giant Hogweed, and they've done that better than Genesis did. They've done A Salty Dog by Procol Harum, and that's better than the original. And let me just see who else they've done. They did a song by America, I Need You, which by America, their version's better, of course. And Soul Sacrifice by Santana. This is better than the Santana version. And then finally, you get this DVD, the making of, and this really shows you why these guys are great. It shows the craft that goes into it. There's well over an hour and a half of them in the studio, not there at the same time sometimes, and lots of stuff where they're editing bits of noise out from the drums. But there's a bit where they go and have their photographs taken in in America, in a place where you can dress up as cowboys, but they don't use any of the photos on the album, probably saving those for a better version. And then we see how they do the mixing of it. And Neil Morse, he's in a car in Germany driving between gigs. He's listening on his headphones, and his wife's in the front taking notes. And that's really how the precision and craft of this album comes. So, absolutely fantastic album. They've got a new one out next year. That'll be even better. Time for a verdict. I think we'll give this 5 rose-coloured glasses out of 5. And so that's it. I've been Alan Rock, and don't forget to rock on.